here, coming to you from thecraftsergeant.com, and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I am so excited to be stamping with you guys today. I know this is kind of like a new thing. Usually in my videos you just see my hands, but now you guys get to see all of this beautiful face right here. But anyways, I am so humbled to be stamping with you guys today for the Global Stampin' Up! Vlog Hop. Oh my goodness, I'm in a vlog hop. This is like my first time ever doing this, so I'm uber excited. So with that, before we get into stamping and me showing you a really cute project using one of my favorite bundles in the 2020-2021 annual Stampin' Up! Catalog, before we get into that, oh my goodness, I gotta lay out a couple of things, okay, before we get down to business. So first, hopefully I get my numbers right, because I don't know how many times I recorded this. But first, first things first, if you are hopping along and you decide that you want to place an order, please, please, please make sure that you get with your demonstrator, okay? That is relative to your market. Some of you guys may have a demonstrator already. So this is a global thing. So I know there's thousands of you guys probably tuning in, which is awesome and amazing in itself. So with that, get with your demonstrator if you would like to place an order. Also, with it being said, if you don't have a demonstrator, that's okay. All you have to do is head over to the Stampin' Up! Website. There you will find a demonstrator locator where you can find a demo that is near you, okay? So relative to your market and to your area. All right, so that's number one. Number two, this is a vlog hop, so make sure that you guys continue to hop along, okay? So down below in the description box, I will have a link that will take you straight to the next person's channel. And there, let me tell you guys, there's a whole lot of inspiration going on right now. So be sure to leave comments, like, share, comment, all that good stuff, and show some support and love to all of these talented stampers, okay? So that's number two. Number three, speaking of liking and sharing, hopefully you guys feel inspired from my video tutorial that I'm going to share with you guys today. So don't forget to like this video and to share it and to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so there's that. But other than that, let's go ahead and get stamping, guys. Enjoy. All right, guys, so I hope you are ready to create, because I am. So the card that I'm going to show you guys how to make is this cute one here. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, I love the color combination. So this card says today is a cocktails kind of day, and let's face it, I think we all need cocktails at this point in time because of everything that's going on. But that's besides the point. But I think this is a really fun card. Very colorful, very vibrant, and fun to give to someone, especially now. But anyways, so if you guys look a little closely at this card, you can see there's a little bit of shimmer in there. I added some Winkle Stella in those glasses, but overall I think this card is just a really, really pretty card. And you can let me know what you think in the comments down below. One thing I do want to tell you guys before we get started is this little part here. I actually was inspired by a card that I saw on Pinterest. I think it was Tisha Bloodheart who created a card, and I love the way she took her dies to another level, so she was able to double them up to make it look like it had a background on it. So I took that and I thought that would tie nicely with this card, so that's what I did. Okay, so I wanted to give credit where credit is due on that. But anyways, what did I use on this card? Let's get into the stamping portion. So we have the Nothing's Better Than stamp set, and it is a photopolymer stamp set, meaning it's all clear, you can see through them. There is a total of 26 stamps that come in this set. The cool thing about this set is that it was created by a $1 million sales achiever, and what that means is anytime you sell $1 million with Stampin' Up, you get to design your own stamp set. And this was actually designed by the one and only Connie Stewart. I love it. She's kind of got this like retro thing about her, which is how the stamp set came out, which is really neat. I love it. I love the fact that you can build the sentiments in different ways. I love the focal sentiments, like the coffee, the cookies, the chocolate, and the cocktails. This set has 4 images in there. You got the chocolate, you got the coffee, or you can be cocoa if you want to. You have the cocktail, and then you have the cookie, which is really neat. A cool thing about this stamp set too is that it's 2-step, meaning that and you don't necessarily have to use Stampin' Blends or markers to color the images in. All you have to do is use the dark colored images here to fill in the outline shapes that you see here, which is really neat. But you can also use your Stampin' Blends as well. Another thing to know about this stamp is that you can get it in a bundle, and there are coordinating dies that go along with it. So when you purchase them together, you can save 10%. Now, here are the dies. So once again, even though you got the words, you can stamp the words coffee, cookies, cocktails, and chocolate. You can also cut them out of cardstock. So those 4 words are here. There's even an additional sentiment that says love you more than. And then you have the 4 images. Well, there's 3 right there, but this is the 4th one. You have the 4 images that you can cut out from the set. Okay, so really, really great set. One of my faves. I love it. So let's put that to the side. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the other supplies that I use on this card. So first, I have a piece of thick whisper white. This measures 5.5 by 8.5 inches. It's scored at 4 1/4. So this is my standard A2 size card. Now that's American measurements. Not quite sure what the standard like size is for other countries, but I know that's for the US. This piece of designer series paper, this is from the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 pack of DSP, and this measures 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And then I have a stitched circle from the Stitched Shapes dies, as you can see here, and it's the second biggest die in the set. So that's it right here. I just threw it back in my pack. Let's see, what else did I use? For inks, I use Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I have some Daffodil Delight, and I have some Melon Mambo. Then I am using my Stampin' Blends. I have my Magenta Madness, and then I have my Daffodil Delight. Of course, you're going to need some sort of adhesive, so I'm using both my liquid glue and my Stampin' Dimensionals on this. I'm pulling in my little Wink of Stella pen, and of course, you'll need like your little tools like your bone folder, a die cutting machine, clear blocks, you know, all that good stuff, okay? All right, so now that you guys know what I'm going to be using on this card, let's go ahead and begin creating. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base. I'm going to take my bone folder, and I am going to burnish on that score line, just like that. Fold it down really, really good. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue, and I'm going to go ahead and glue my piece of DSP down. I'm going to put this like kind of like right in the center of the card. And the good thing about the liquid glue is that you can reposition it if you don't put it right the first time. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this little guy up, my circle. I know y'all are like, Tara, you're about to take a risk. I sure am, because I'm about to stamp on this. We're gonna see if this works out. So I'm gonna put that like right there in the center. All right, so I'm gonna take my Memento ink, and this is where I'm taking the risk. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm gonna ink up my sentiment part that says today is A, and I am going to stand up and try to stamp this as even as possible. Right there, today is A, and then we're gonna take the kind of day, ink that little guy up, and then I'm gonna kind of put it down here, kind of gauge, just so that way I have enough room for the cocktails die cut. All right, so now that we did that, looking good, let's go ahead and put this out of the way. I don't know why I closed up my Memento, because I'm still gonna need it. All right, so I am going to stamp my images now. So with that, I'm going to take my little foam mat here, put it underneath my piece of paper, and I'm going to ink up 2 of these glasses, just like this. Okay, and then I am going to, one thing I forgot to tell you guys about, I'm going to pull in my sponge daubers. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to have the liquid inside of my glasses 2 different colors. And how I did that was using a sponge dauber. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my the second part of the stamp. This is the filler image for the glass. I'm going to ink it up in Daffodil Delight, and then I'm going to take my Melon Mambo, and I'm going to take out my, where is it? My Melon Mambo sponge dauber. And I'm going to just ink this up just a little bit, and then I'm going to tap it at the bottom edge of this glass, just like that, or the liquid part. And then I'm going to line this up as best as I can, and then I'm going to stamp it down, just like that. Y'all see that? So that's how I was able to get the two-toned image. All right, so I'm going to do it again. This is where I'm kind of taking it a little further. Okay, you don't have to do this. This is optional. So we have these things called blender pens, okay? And I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's kind of splotchy in my image, and I kind of want it to smooth out and blend out a little bit more. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of this ink out of the top of my tray, and I'm going to kind of like color it in along the edges to kind of blend it out into that Daffodil Delight. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that ink. Like I said, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but this is what I did on mine. There we go. And I think I missed telling you guys that I needed to pull in your balmy blue too. All right, so now that we have done that, we are going to then ink up our little lemon. I'm going to stamp that little guy. And then we're also going to stamp our umbrella. So I'm going to stamp off first and then stamp it inside of the umbrella. Just like this. Okay. All righty. Go ahead and close these up. All right, so like I said, I did forget to tell you guys about the balmy blue. So I'm gonna take my balmy blue marker, my Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm gonna color in and then let's take my Wink of Stella, and we're gonna glitter this bad boy just like that. All right, so now I'm gonna go and cut this out. All right, so now that I have cut them out, I also went ahead and cut out my word cocktail. All right, so one thing that you want to just bear in mind when you're cutting out these words, be mindful that there is a dot in the tails part of the cocktails, okay? So I had to make sure I didn't lose that little dot. So what I'm going to do before I color it, I am going to adhere that to a piece of black cardstock. I'm going to stick this little guy down onto the basic black, just like that. And I'm going to take a little dot as well and put it where the eye is, the dot for the eye is going to go. Now, one thing I like to do too is I like to take my pick tool. It's great for things like this, and so I don't lose the dot of my eye. I take it and I just put the dot on the tip and just sit it to the side until I'm ready for it. And then when I'm ready for it, I just sit it on top of the glue let it soak into that cardstock, and then it sticks perfectly, just like that. And then of course, if it's too high or too low, you can always move it, shift it around, because I used my Tombow. All right, so now I'm going to color my sentiment. So I started off with my lights and my light Daffodil Delight. So for the light Daffodil Delight, I'm just gonna color like the top portion of the sentiment or the die cut, just like this. Make sure you get that eye, okay? Oop, I forgot this. There we go, just halfway. And then on the bottom portion, I'm going to do the same thing, but just with the lights. Magenta. Just like that. All right, and then I'm gonna go back over it again with my Daffodil Delight, but this time I'm going to focus really well on where those two colors meet, so that way I can kind of blend them together so it doesn't look so harsh. All right, so now I'm gonna take my paper snips and I'm gonna cut this little guy out. All right, so now that we have all of our pieces squared away and ready to go, we can go ahead and add them to our card base. So let's pull our card base back in. Okay, and then I am going to take some dimensionals and place them on the back side of the sentiment cocktails. And I'm gonna place one dimensional on each of the backs of my glasses. All right, and then I'm going to remove the backings and adhere them to my card. All right, guys, and here you have it. Aren't they cute? Such colorful, fun cards. Today is a cocktails kind of day. I really, really love these cards. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So once again, thank you guys for joining me for this awesome project and having the opportunity to inspire you. Be sure to look in the description box below to continue along the blog hop trail, okay? So the link down below in the description box will take you to the next inspirational video, okay? So with that, that's all I got for you guys for now. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching and happy stamping.